Bentornati, tifosi napolitani, to another edition of the Napoli post-match rant. I'm your host, Raffa, and I'm here today to talk, to rant, to cry, to scream, to moan, bitch, complain about anything and everything Sassuolo-Napoli. Right away, I want to thank the chat. I want to thank everybody that's coming in right now, everybody that's watching on YouTube, on Twitter, on Facebook. For some reason, we're really only getting YouTube comments. So please go follow Far From Vesuvius on YouTube and support us, guys. What's up to Sal Di Brita? That was a rough one to watch at the end. Yes, it was, my friend. That was really rough at the end. And then also Pasquale comes in. Officials make mistakes, and I'm big on playing so that bad calls can't make or break you. But that match was bad. Look for Serie A officiating. 100% agree. And Vincenzo is in. Ciao, Vincenzo. Grande Raffa, he says. Thank you very much, my friend. Grande Vincenzo. So let's get to it. I mean, I did select the beast of the match. We'll unveil him today. Not the greatest first half. I mean, we played well. We didn't take many chances. Wasn't the most lively first half. I think it was a little boring, to be honest with you. And then in the second half, we come out and we do our thing. Fabian gets his goal. Insigne comes off at halftime. We should probably mention that. And a lot of people were not wondering, we're not really thinking maybe it was Spalletti being tactical, but I did see him limping while I was watching him walk around before the first half. So I'm not so sure what's going on there. And then, so like I said, Fabian gets his goal. Just a brilliant outside the shot, a box shot again. Smart playing. Again, off of the back of a foul on Dries Mertens. He took a nice shot to the face right before Fabian was able to get the ball and put it back in the net. And then Mertens himself, Cheeto, gets his fourth goal in 3 games, his fourth of the season in Serie A, and his 140th all-time goal for in La Maglia Azzurra. And I mean, I just couldn't be happier with what we got from Dries, But then, guys, like the injuries, Fabian pulls up with a hand. It looks like a groin. Koulibaly comes off. They put in Demme with Lobotka, who I think played a great game again today. Demme comes in. Politano comes in. Petagna comes in. Elmas, like I said, at the half replaced Insigne, and then Juan Jesus had to come in for Koulibaly. Not the greatest from us when it comes to news, when it comes to these injuries. But at the same time, how much of them are really injuries? Now, I'm going to be honest, and I haven't checked any of the news yet, so I don't really know what the prognosis is on anybody's, any of the status. But I'm willing to bet that most of these substitutions were precautionary for the Atalanta game. We do play them again in 3 days. The one thing I did hear though, my parents are up. It's fun. We watched the game together, my dad and me and the kids, and we got to film our reactions. So I'll put that out at some point soon. I'm going to try to edit something together and put it out. But he listens to Kiss Kiss Napoli before, after, in the morning. He listens to Kiss Kiss Napoli all the time. So he's up here, he's listening to Kiss Kiss, and he's telling me that Spalletti came out and said that he feels bad not taking Fabian out when he asked him to. I think something was up with Fabian before, and he may have hurt himself, and because then, you didn't take him out, he gets hurt, he has to come off. But yeah, I mean, and then it all unravels, guys. I mean, the Scamacca goal, I have no problem with. It's a good goal. I mean, we could have probably marked him a little bit better, But what are you going to do? He took a great shot, and it was a fantastic volley. But the second goal, and this solidified the fact that the referees did piss poor today. I'm sorry, it might sound like I'm a sour Napoli fan, and that I'm going to blame the referees. Try my best all the time to be objective and to look at it and say, okay, yeah, the referee did this, that, and the third, but we could have, buried this shot, that shot. I feel like we did what we had to do to beat this team. And this referee wasn't giving us any calls, none, despite the fact that he did give a yellow card to Sassuolo player in the first half. Yes, he did. But he wasn't pulling the cards out for anyone. And I would say 90% of the calls were going Sassuolo's way, including the goal to make it 2-2. That was supposed to have been a foul on Rahmani. Instead of calling the foul on Rahmani, he calls a foul on Deme and gives him a yellow for playing the ball. He literally played the ball. He played the ball, and it was clear as day. You can't VAR those kind of things, so that's the referee. But he was looking straight at it. So for me, that should never have been even a free kick, let alone a free kick to equalize the match. Ever. Never. That's not a free kick for me. That's a free kick for us, if anything. And then the third goal, man, in 5 minutes injury time, the third goal. Right? There's another thing I have a problem with the referee. He doesn't call a foul. He lets the play go on, and Defrel comes in and scores in the first minute of injury time. Right? He gives the goal. Napoli players are screaming, furious, yelling at the ref. Referee decides to check the VAR because VAR is looking too. He goes to check it, and he gives the right call. Right? And let's not even talk about the Spalletti red card. Okay. We'll talk about that in a minute. But he gives the right call to overturn the goal, which was the right call. But that took about a minute and a half, 2 minutes. And then you would think that you get a VAR decision in injury time, you're going to go a little over 5 minutes. Right? This guy went 30 seconds over the 5 minute. He should at least have given us another minute and a half, 2 minutes, because we lost all that time on the VAR. So awful display of refereeing today. Awful. I'm not going to call conspiracy. I'm not going to say my dad's yelling, they got to give this Scudetto to Milan at any cost. Blah, 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 blah. I'm not going to say that, but I'm going to say this referee was freaking terrible. Terrible. And seeing a lot of your reactions on Twitter and on social reacting the same way as I did, then it solidifies it for me, because I could have a beef with the ref, but someone else could see something. I'm sorry. That was Spalletti got the red for arguing the second goal, right? Justifiably, but he gets a red. Now he can't sit on the sidelines for Atalanta. I'm less worried about that, and I'm more worried about what's going on with the injuries. Anyway, 2-2 is the final score. That's another thing. One thing I'm not happy with. I'm actually here. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get to the chat, because the chat is pretty lively right now, and I'm ignoring it completely. And I'm sorry, guys. I love you very much. Okay. Sereno, where did I get the Maradona light behind me? So my parents, like I just mentioned, are visiting, and my dad got that at the Napoli store, one of the Napoli stores in Naples. And he just gave it to me today. I hadn't seen him since he returned. And there you go. Official store. Yeah, he got me that, and he got the kids some containers, like what's the word? Aluminum. Or is it not the aluminum? Stainless steel containers for like water or hot stuff. But yeah, very cool. Very cool. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Sereno. Let's see. Mateo Casale, what's up, my friend? It was fun for a bit until the injuries piled up. And also, let's go NYCFC. Yeah, repping NYC tonight. They made the semifinals of the MLS Cup, Eastern Conference Finals. That's on Sunday. And then the MLS Cup is next Sunday after that. I think our key injuries, coupled with sitting way back, hurt us more than the refs. Sal says, "Yeah, the injuries definitely hurt us, but without the referees mess up, we win the game today." And again, I don't like to make excuses, but I'm gonna make an excuse today. Why not, right? Um, I also need that Maradona light. Sal says yes. I'll see what store he got it from, but he definitely got it from one of the official stores in Naples. Gianluca in Ciao Frate, fantastic red jersey. I have the same exact one. Yeah, bro. Hold on. Calayo, Calayo, Goldrake, Calayo, baby. Remember him? Vincenzo comes in. Seems like Koulibaly 2 to 3 weeks out. Fabian potentially more groin, but Insigne was precaution. Well, the Insigne being precaution is good news. Fabian being out is not good news. And Koulibaly as well, because he's going to miss 2 to 3 weeks, and then he's going to go play with Senegal, and that's a problem. That's a big problem. Insigne and Koulibaly, I believe, are precaution, but Fabian, I'm scared. I hope Koulibaly is precaution. Sedano, peaks and valleys. The season is long. Does feel like we threw 2 points in the garbage, but we hopefully don't need them. Yeah, Sedano, I agree. I mean, I'm with you there, man. There's some people panicking out there. There's no panic. No need to panic yet. Yes, we could be further ahead in the Scudetto race right now in the standings. I mean, do you even call it? I mean, we call it a Scudetto race. Is it even a Scudetto race? Like, it's not even halfway through the season yet. Like, we got to get, you know, let's get to January, and then we'll talk. Let's get through January, and then we'll see where we're at. I mean, it's a tough game. We have Atalanta in less than 3 days, and that's not a good situation if Koulibaly can't play. Matteo says the same thing, confirming Koulibaly is expected to be out for 2 to 3 weeks. According to some reports, Vincenzo says if only Sassuolo weren't Juve B, we could go for a Petagna plus money swap for Scamacca in January. That would be nice. I mean, I think that'd be the only way to go ahead and get a striker is if we're going to sell one. And it's not because of the money. It's because why are you going to get a fourth striker? But by the time Osimhen comes back, you got Osimhen, Mertens, Petagna in that order. Then you got to buy another one. Or you get a guy like Scamacca. He'll be relegated to third in the pecking order behind, maybe second, okay, fine. Maybe back up to Osimhen because, then Mertens doesn't have to play that role. But Mertens is shining in that role right now. So there's your problem. You're going to bring a guy in and start paying him to do what? Sit on his hands on the bench? I don't know. Sal de Brita, KK being out hurts more than any other injury we could possibly have. Without him, we will have an incredibly difficult time containing Atalanta and Leicester. Gianluca would love to swap with Scamacca, Vincenzo, the ref, another amateur I've never seen before. Same. That comes from Vincenzo. Matteo, the truth isn't being. I'm sorry. I didn't see the truth isn't being sour. Raffa, refs gave us nothing, and multiple fouls on Ramani were let by for sure. For sure. And, Sereno, that was the ref's sixth game in Serie A. Of course it was. Scores in the first minute of injury time, play resumes in the fourth, and whistles blown in the fifth. Joke, Sal Di Brita says. For sure. Exactly. There's no justifying the referee's thing today. No. Vincenzo brings a good point up here. The Aurelio Micoran. The Aurelio Micoran variant may prevent the African Cup. That's another great point. First case in America here in California from South Africa. Guy came from South Africa. So good point there, Vincenzo. We might not even have an African Cup right now. But we'll see. Pasquale Napolitano, I have that jersey. What a great kit. This one right here? Yeah, it's the Calayo one if you didn't see it, buddy. Thank you very much. I love it. Can't win the league early, but you can lose it early. You just got to keep up with the pace. I think we will. I mean, Sereno, I think we will. I still believe in this team. I do. I still believe in this team. I not I know dropping points is not great, but at the end of the day, we're 15 matches in with what uh 11 wins, right? 3 draws and a loss, right? I mean, we're in first place still. We're still in first place. Let's just calm down. We're still in first place. We're only a point ahead of Milan. Uh, you know, 2 points ahead of Inter and 5 ahead of Atalanta. Yes, but we're still in first place, man. Like, you know, let's just we have the team that can get when they're motivated. There's no stopping them. And I might have made a comment somewhere saying, why do you start the whole team that started against Lazio? 3 days later. You know what I mean? The entire team. You couldn't rotate anybody, right? And I realize you need to get wins, but you should have rotated the team just a little bit. I think that's Spalletti's one little mistake he made here was not rotating the team today. And not heavily. You don't have to do it heavily. Definitely not Medet. Definitely not Medet. You could have started Deme. You could have started Deme. Why not? You could have started Pitania instead of Mertens and have Mertens come off the bench. Why not? These are things that we can ask right now and we can talk about. But while the match was going on, well, I mean, we were winning for most of it. Well, you know what I mean. After we scored, it was 15 minutes left and we could have won the game. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? But I do think he could have rotated a little bit, and this is probably why you're seeing groins and muscle pulls, Probably. I know they're professionals. I know you should field your best 11 every time you can. But there's a time, listen, we have Atalanta on the weekend. We should have done something. John Lucas says all of our dads think the same. My father thinks the league is set for us to never win it. I mean, I hate to be, I don't like a conspiracy, but I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. Let's put it that way. I wouldn't be surprised. Yes. This is the first time we failed to win after leading 2-0 in Serie A since 2015. What a statistic. Another one is that we only have one win against Sassuolo in 17, 18 now. 18. No, I'm sorry. One win since 2014 at the Mappe, since 2014. But all time, we only have 3 wins at the Mappe. Couple of losses here and there, nothing too crazy. One as recent as last season. But yeah, the one win that we have since 2014 at the Mappe was Gattuso's first win on December 22nd, 2019. I remember that because that's the day before my big accident. Yeah, that's the one time we won at the Mappe since 2014 was that Gattuso match, the first one. But this is crazy, unbelievable. First time we failed to win while up 2-0 since 2015. That's nuts. That's very, very nuts. And we were also attacking when he blew that whistle. Same thing happened versus Inter. Yep. Exactly. They should have given us more time. I'm sorry. And then I honestly hate going to the Mappe. This is Matteo, especially after everything that has happened as a consequence to our performances there. Guys, you're preaching to the choir, man. You're preaching to the choir. But yeah, I mean, for me, Spalletti's red card justifiable. He had every right to be upset with the call. Hopefully his absence won't affect our performance against Atalanta, but we have injuries. I mean, it's clear that we're going to have some injuries here again Some of them were precautionary, situations, the substitutions, but we really have to really, really work hard against Atalanta. We need to wheel that statue back to the freaking sidelines. Like I said last time, we have to. We should have figured out a way to bring it to the Mappe today. Unbelievable, unbelievable. At least it was a point and not a loss. At least we got a point and not a loss. That's all I have to say about that. We have some. Hey, Ralph Biz popping in. What's up, my friend? How you doing, my friend? I gotta tell you, I miss you with these things. I don't. Being alone kind of sucks, but all good, all good. Sal de Brita, our original goal was top four anyway. After that, Mulligan seventh place finish. We're 10 points clear of where we were this time last year and still in first. Calma, calma. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, and I agree, Sal. We did have top four aspiration, like no matter what, top four priority. But when you get this far out, and again, I know I said just a few minutes ago that there's a lot of time left because there is, but we are about over a third of the way, and we had a chance to have a commanding lead, and it's shrunk to 1 point, but you know we got to figure it out. Milan can't last all year. I just don't see it. Inter is a real problem. Yep, said that. And they have the quality depth with experience. Luckily, we got small cushion, but we need to be all gas, no brakes. Gianluca Spinelli. The small cushion is 2 points, brother. Luckily, and I say this, but Roma just lost today against Bologna too. But luckily, Inter have a tough opponent, seven sister opponent in Roma, and we play Atalanta. So hopefully, like the worst case scenario, we get a point out of here, and Inter and Roma tie. Hopefully, Roma can pull off a win against them. Mourinho against his old team, he's going to be excited about that, I'm sure. Matteo agrees with Gianluca. Inter are the biggest threat to a Scudetto push besides ourselves. My issue with Petagna, Vincenzo says, is that he's only good enough as a final 15-minute sub from the start. It's rough. Yeah, it's rough, but I mean, we could have held them and put Mertens in and scored a few. You know what I mean? I think he could have started. That's all. That's all I think. Um, but listen, that's what it's gonna be. Like I said, Atalanta on Saturday. Then the Leicester City match, which is big too. So we'll see what happens there. I did have a beast of the match today. I would like to talk about him and see where you guys think about it. Why don't you let me know what you think of who's the beast of the match for today? I got to tell you though, I don't know if a lot of people are going to agree with this, but this is who I picked. I picked him because I thought he really played well towards throughout the whole match. Some areas where I don't think he did great with, but towards the end of the game, he pushed right through. So let's have it. Beast of the match. There he is. For me, it was Piotr Zielinski. I'll tell you what, coming from him not playing so well, nursing an injury for a little bit at the beginning of the season, not having the opportunity to really get a good footing in. Zielinski really has come quite a long way, and I think he provided a lot for us today. Took over the captain's armband after Koulibaly went out, after Insigne went out, and provided with 2 assists today. 2 assists. He had the goal last match. He's had, I think it's 4 in the last 5 now, but he's pouring on the assists, and I'm all for it. Zielinski for me, man of the match for sure. A good shout is Lobotka. Biz, I really like his performance, man. I really like his performance. If it wasn't for the two assists for Zielinski, I might have gone Lobotka today, guys, because he deserves a tremendous amount of credit. Tremendous. I just love his contribution to this team while Anguissa's out. I think maybe putting Dema in next to him was a little bit, I don't want to say it was the right move, wasn't the right move, but I don't know. I don't know. Like I realize that Fabian is hurt and that there's no other real options, but what else, maybe move Elmas back to be with Lobotka, you know? And I don't know. I'm not sure, but Zielinski for me, man of the match, definitely deserves it. You guys are yes, Raf Biz. It is great to see Zelensky back in it. And it was great to see Fabian back in it too. I'm waiting for that recognition because, and because you had said, as of late, Fabian was proving you wrong, and your takes on him were complete garbage. Come on, let's all call a spade to spade, but I'm just kidding, Ralph. You know that. But yeah, I mean, for sure, Fabian is just like. I hope that injury is not too bad because he's got Napoli playing really well. I mean, 5 goals this season, matching Osimhen in Serie A. Um, you know, Scoring from outside the box. Making great passes, moving the ball, tracking, like coming back, playing deeper in the midfield and then moving up when he can. Lobotka covers for him there, right? And I just want to see the team 100% healthy, working hard, moving. It'll come. It'll come. Listen, after that Lazio performance, and then a sort of dismal. I mean, you have to think. You have to think that Spalletti starting the whole team again was a mistake. You can see it in the first half where they weren't really into it. They got that spark that they needed in the second half, but they had made a change. I'm not saying Elmas caused Napoli to score goals, but definitely definitely need to rethink some of these midweek fixtures. I mean, even a little bit of rotation would have, I think, done good today. Biz says that Fabian was misplaced. I was fooled. That's right, my friend. You were fooled. All right, you guys. Yeah, I'm not going to keep it too long today. We draw. What are you going to do? Saturday, 2:45 is the next match against Atalanta. And then Thursday at, I believe Thursday is a 12:45 match between Napoli and Leicester City, and the other group game in the group too. They play at the same time. So that is, yes, 12:45 on Thursday, December 9th. Then we play Empoli, then it's Milan and Spezia, and that is it's a 16, 17, 18. Yep, Spezia on December 22nd at the Maradona is the last match of the first round of Serie A, and we go to Christmas. And it's coming, guys. It's coming. We get to see who the winter champions are. Hopefully, it's us. Not that means anything, but yeah, there you go. I think really quick the chat here. Gianluca Spinelli. All Fabian needs to improve at this point is scoring from inside the box. Yeah, that's true, and so does Elmas, in my opinion. Elmas, for me, like when because even today he moved. What about that Petagna move too? I mean, like he took that ball down as fast as he could. The defense caught up with him, yeah, but he powered through too, kept it, waited for someone to get in, and he drew a foul, I believe, at the end, and did really well. Did really well. Um, But yeah, Elmas for me, like he brings the ball down and then he gets closer to the box and he doesn't really know what to do. I like when he comes, brings the ball down, gets down there and then distributes. But like in front of goal or in the box, he's kind of lost sometimes. I mean, he's very young. Don't get me, we need to let him grow too. But still, I mean, we're on like what season 3 with him here now, and we gotta really, he's got to get it together in the box. And not for nothing, but Insigne has to score too. That's another thing I want to bitch about a little bit. Insigne, he brings the ball down, right? I don't know. I mean, replays in the first half, after I saw the replays and I saw that he couldn't really shoot, like, and he goes to this little flicky toe poke as he's going down. Like, what the hell was that, man? What was that? We need more from you, man. We need it. I'm gonna go all full Ralph Biz here. We need to see the leader that we're supposed to have. Like I'm not saying he has been doing bad for Napoli, and I'm not saying he's a bad leader, but these little fancy goals trying to tira Gita all this freaking time and gets to the box and tries to do this like fancy toe poke as he's going down instead of shooting 2 seconds earlier. And that I don't have room for. I hate that. Just get in the box and put it in the back of the freaking net, man. You can do it. I know he can do it. I know he could do it. He can't. He doesn't have to score Tita Gita every single time he gets the ball. It's quite frustrating. Quite frustrating. His play on the pitch. I have no problem with his play on the pitch and his contribution in certain areas. But you can score goals. Go score a goal, man. Yeah, right here. Let me see. Where am I? Right here. Sal de Brita. Insigne is a better player when he looks to pass first rather than shooting everything. And yeah, and if he had a better shot, which I know he does, Sal, I know he does. He can take regular shots. It's not a big deal. He can do it. But yeah, you know, the Tita Gita comes at the perfect moment. It's like the Mertens goal yesterday, the Sunday, the third goal, the Napoli's third goal, his second. He knew that ball was in the back of the net before it even reached his foot. Before Lozano even finished the pass, he knew that ball was in the back of the net. That's when you pull the Tita Jeet out your ass. Is when you know this is going in the back of the net. That's it. And strikers and forwards, they know. They know. It's not something I invented that's magical. They know when they're going to score. Like, this is the goal right here. Boom. Unless the goalkeeper pulls out this incredible flying save, you know? Gosh. Right? Preach, Bizarro. Preach. I wanted to get to John Lucas' comment, but I'm sorry. Hey, we're still ranting, baby. Napoli post-match rant. That's what this is, right? I want to see him shoot with actual power sometimes. Thank you. It doesn't always need to be placement. Just hit the ball. Right? Biz, his distribution has been great, but he has been struggling for goal. Sal says also, he knows he can shoot low. He is kicking field goals every time. Sure. Gil. El Chucky Lozano. Chucky Lozano today? Okay. Not bad. Not bad. I think I would have rather left him in the match. Did he come out? I'm trying to think if he came out. Yes, because at one point it was Elmas and Politano, wasn't it? Let me check. Here. I'm sorry for this, guys. I honestly can't. Like, for me today, I don't think Chucky did much. I don't think Chucky did much. But yes, he did come out. I would have left him in today. I think that he is the guy who's next in line to come up with the play that gets him back to where he should be. Chucky Lozano. Mertens likes to feed Lozano like a good no. Oh man, Chucky Lozano needs. I think especially today should have said. I realize I believe Politano came in for Fabian because Fabian needed to come off. I don't think he was. I don't think he was supposed to come off at the time he was going to come off. That's probably what my dad. I love my dad very much. At translating Italian to English, he's not the greatest. But I didn't hear what was said in Italian, so he's telling me while he's hearing it in his ear. So he said to me that Spalletti felt bad because he was supposed to take Fabian out before when he asked him to come off, but he didn't. So he took him out when he saw that he got hurt. I'm wondering if he was even supposed to come out when he got hurt because he had Politano and Petagna ready, and that's not a substitution you usually make, you know, because Mertens did come off for Petagna, but then Politano came in for Fabian. I mean, yes, for Fabian, and for a minute there you had Politano and Lozano with Elmas in the middle from where Fabian went. Right, and then he took out Lozano and then put in, I believe it was. I can't think about who came in after. Oh, it was Demme. So he took out Lozano, put Demme in to make the midfield back to put Elmas on the left and Politano on the right. But I don't think Politano was ready to come back in. I don't think Politano was ready to play today. He just tested negative for COVID. Now, I have a coworker that works with me that had COVID. He served his quarantine. He comes back on quarantine, the day after quarantine, and he's still a little out of it, a little down, coughing a little bit, not in the contagious state, but coughing a little bit, right? It took a few days for him from returning to work to get back to like normal self, right? Well, why do we think that players are immune to that? Players are human beings. I don't understand why Politano's coming in today at all. He just got cleared from COVID. I thought he should have stayed on the bench today, not even been called up, and then play against Atalanta. And that was what I was thinking in my head on the way to this match today. All right, Politano's available. Maybe we keep him off the squad until Atalanta. Give him another week to relax. You're right, Biz. Elmas played 3 positions today. But he does say Lozano should have stayed in my opinion, and he said the same thing. There you go. I think Lozano could have contributed today. I do. Like he made good runs, he made good plays in the first half. I remember that, but I feel like he just needs that opportunity. Tommy Ballone, how you doing, my friend? I've never seen this name here, so I'm guessing you're new. Thank you very much for joining in. Thanks if you're watching live on YouTube. Thanks if you're watching later on YouTube, at your leisure. And thank you if you're listening to us on the Far From Vesuvius podcast network. But Tommy Ballone comes in and says, I heard that Fabian said he can play a few more minutes. Then in those few minutes, he got hurt. Okay. Well, so there you go. You got my dad telling me Spalletti felt bad because he said no, stay in a few minutes more. And then now you are here saying that Fabian said he can play a few more minutes and Spalletti left him in. We'll get. I mean, I haven't seen the article. It's only from what I've heard. So we'll get the actual truth. Either way, Fabian is out. John Lucas says, I feel like this January can be Saudi-esque. We cannot get anyone. I really hope we don't screw it up. I don't. Oh, he says we can't not get anyone. Got you. I think we can improve in a couple places, but I don't think we're gonna make any crazy deals. I also don't think we're gonna get another striker, if that's what you're insinuating. I don't think we get another striker. I just don't. I don't think it makes sense. Like, it doesn't make sense to me. Yeah, you might as well call up the young kid to come up for a little bit while these guys are out. You know, what's his name over at the Primavera, who are second place, by the way. Another win against Torino. No, Lecce this time. Very good, 1-0. What's his name? Ambrosino. Ambrosino, I think. Right. Bring him up. Let him cover. Play the kids, right? You want to play the kids? Let's bring him up. Honestly, we call him up for a couple of minutes, or we call him up for a couple matches. Sorry, the matches that if the African Cup of Nations goes on, well, no, see, even so, we bring him up during the Osimhen injury. We're playing Mertens or we're playing Petagna, and to back these guys up if they need it, we got this kid. You know, we might not play him, but at least he's there, right? You guys, what's the difference? Like we should invest on what we need all the time, not just for 3 months. Okay, that's what's important here, guys. That's what's important. When we have Osimhen, we have Mertens to back him up and Petagna to back them up, right? Osimhen comes back in February. Where are we going to stick our new signing? Who's going to get relegated? And even if it is Petagna, that's number 3 in the pecking order. Who's when we could really just send Ambrosino back to the Primavera, right? The market, even in January, should be treated for what we need, and we all know De Laurentiis doesn't make these crazy like one season moves, like these really short term moves. He has, he did Bakayoko. It's maybe once or twice every couple seasons, but he doesn't usually do it. And who's gonna do it? Who? Like who we gonna? I said that to someone on a chat today. Tell me who, please. And they said to me, well, they're not the staff, technical staff, and the scouts and all that, and And I said, okay, he's saying that he's not them. That's what they're paid to do, not me. But your idea is to go ahead and get someone, even if it's on loan. Just get someone, right? But that's your idea. But the idea is really moot when you think about it because it's your idea, not the people who work in the office's idea. You know what I'm saying? Like we can all armchair manage this club. All of us. The facts are you can't just buy someone that or even make a loan for someone that you need for just a couple months or like for just maybe 5 games, right? Or because there's a tournament in the middle of the season. No, you have to make the moves that are going to count for the club in the positions that they need to be filled. You know what I'm saying? Am I making sense? I don't know. Maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm not making sense. Even Gianluca goes on to says, granted, we have depth, but we are seeing now more than ever how injuries can really kill us. Give me the checkbook. Sign Bremer and any capable bench striker in January. I mean, again, you know, capable bench striker, but then, got to get rid of Petagna then. Which, I mean, listen, whatever. If it happens, it happens. But we'd need to sell. And I don't know if he's going to sell. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. Unas's timeline. So here's the thing. Unas's timeline too, right? He should be back soon, along with Anguissa. They should be back soon. Let's not forget Anguissa's coming back. But if Unas is healthy in time and the African Cup of Nations goes on as planned, he'll go with Algeria. I'm pretty confident he'll go. So we're losing four players. We're losing 4 players. But they're coming back. It's not like we're losing them for the season. They're coming back. That's why when you got to make moves, you got to make them count. Gilberto Lozano got to get better though. Yes. He does. I like him. I like what he provides for the team. I do. He got a few assists the other day. Like I like Lozano. I love him. Um, I think Lozano and Politano do great on that side. But yeah, I mean, I thought this was Lozano's time to shine, bro. And now Politano's back, and he's gonna get the starts. You know what I mean? This was his time to shine. He could have scored a couple goals. He could have scored a couple goals. Spinelli says, "Do it for the kids, always, always, man. Play the hashtag. Play the kids is back." Matteo says, Raffa, Napoli gonna hang in this winter enough, then come back for the spring." Yeah, but Ralph, I really wish we had a bigger lead. I mean, it's not that it's not possible till by January. Our lead could grow. But I wouldn't be surprised if it's this tight, right up to the African Cup of Nations. And Inter don't really lose anyone. We're talking about who Milan loses, this and that. Yeah, Kessie, Benacer, the other, there's another defender from one of those African French countries, right? Um, uh, is his name Traore too? I think, but Inter don't lose anyone. They're going to be a threat. They're the real threat to me. But then Ralph says ADL won't invest if he feels top four is in the bag. Dang, that's cold. That's cold. Yeah, nah. I mean, I don't know. I mean, he won't invest unless he sells big. You got to understand an investment. An investment is made for long term. It's not made for the short term. We have the pieces that we need to win this Scudetto this season, or Europa League, or both, hopefully, or two trophies. Like we could be a 2-trophy club this season. We could. We have the tools. We have them. Injuries happen, COVID happens, but we have the tools necessary, especially with Spalletti as the manager, right? So if ADL is going to invest, it's going to be for long term after he sells someone. Fabian's playing so good, I bet you he goes on sale, and he sells for hundreds of million. He won't play for Spain in the World Cup because him and Luis Enrique don't get along. So when the national team is out, he's home with Napoli, and that's something to look at. But also, it's not because of his performances he's not getting selected. It's because he has a row with the manager. So, other managers will be like, "Oh, well, he's a class midfielder." Sure, 150. If Napoli sell Fabian for 150, man, the plus valenza on that, huh? What about that plus valenza? I don't know what the hell plus valenza even means, but I do. But it's just whatever. I get confused. Llorente Spinelli was the closest thing to a Hail Mary signing. Yeah, right. Llorente, and to be honest, I thought Ibrahimovic would have been with Milan too. Like I wasn't to the what's the word I'm looking for? I didn't go as far as saying he won't score a goal with Milan at all season. Blah blah blah. He won't score a goal, right? From the dude from ESPN, Stevie Nickel. Yeah, there's that famous video out there of him saying Ibrahimovic is going to be a major flop for Milan. Yeah, okay. But I did at the time think, I wouldn't go for Ibrahimovic. It's a lot. His mouth is a lot. He's a lot. You know what I mean? Yeah, he can score goals, but he's 40 almost. Listen, we all talk about age, okay? We talk about age. Koulibaly's 30. Insigne is 31. Mertens is 34. But Ibra's about to be 40, and he's still playing. Okay, so everyone can relax. We have play Ronaldo too, 37, right? Messi 36. Like it's all good. It's all good. Our players are not, over the hill. You know what I'm saying? They'll be fine. They'll be fine. But yeah, I mean, Now I wish maybe we had signed him, but as far as Ibra goes, but you know, um, Llorente being the closest thing to a Hail Mary signing, yeah. Yeah, 38 when we got him, 37, season and a half did nothing, scored one goal in the Euro, Champions League against Liverpool. That was nice though. That was sweet. Um, but yeah, Vincenzo says, in order to bring someone in, we need to ship out someone like Gulam, Malqui, Manolas, or Petanya. You're not going to get money for Gulam. He's on a free, but I understand what you're saying. Malqui won't cost that much. I mean, he cost us more than I think we're going to sell for him. Manolas, we could probably get some good money for. Maybe break even there. And Petanya, maybe if we sell Manolas and Petanya, get in Bremer and a Skamaka who knows? Who knows? Maybe if we could do that, because then sell them and bring these guys in and invest in the future. There you go. How about that? Good idea, Vincenzo. Unas is back. Oh, that's right. That's right. Vincenzo confirms. Unas is back. He can play the weekend. Anguissa still a couple weeks. I forgot that Unas is back. Yeah. Unas is good for second half sparks. Close the game with the pressure on. Unas is good with the ball at his feet too, man. Unas can beat defenders. And he's hungry. And he wants a goal all the time. He's got goal in his mind all the time. So he's hungry. And he's a good player. I like him. I like Unas. John Lucas says, if we have the opportunity and money to go for the Scudetto and you don't because the goal was to 4, then I want to fight ADL right now. Of course, priorities change, man, as the season goes on. He says, Gianluca, if we have the money for January and opportunity to win the Scudetto, which we do, and we don't because our goal was top 4, then I want to fight. Oh, you're that was twice, Gianluca. We heard that already. Yeah, Ralph, all those guys are gone next season. I also think Medet's gone next season. Not even for profit, but to free up a salary and space in the squad for Vincenzo. Okay, I get you. All right, guys. I am here longer than I said I was or expected to be, but thank you so much for all joining. Sassuolo-Napoli 2-2. Don't forget, we have Figli del Vesuvio with their podcast coming out this week. It's going to be the first one recorded and put in under the network. It's going to be great. Please look out for their YouTube channel. Look at their Twitter. You can find them, Figli del Vesuvio. Just search it. Buonanotte. Buonanotte tutti, Matteo says. Good show from Ralph. Ciao from Gianluca. Forza Napoli sempre from Ralph. Let's get a Forza Napoli sempre up in here, guys. Thanks for the stream, from Pasquale. Thanks for watching, my friend. Thank you for being a part of our lives. I appreciate you all. But yeah, we'll be back with another post-match after Atalanta. Go NYCFC. Hit me up if you guys want more info on that Maradona light. I'll see my dad tomorrow and let you know. I'm selling those Maradona kits when they come in. If you guys want one, I mean, I'm jacking the prices up. I won't go eBay prices because those are going to be real high, but you ain't spending 150 on them. That's for sure. But I'll have them available, and I have them in various sizes. When they get in, I'll let you know what sizes I got. Official from the Napoli store, so there's no worried about authenticity. Don't be worried. I'll prove everything if you want. I'm not sure yet on the price for Amici di Far from Vesuvius, but we'll talk. We can talk. Anyway, just throwing that out there. If you guys want, you can hit me up. And you can hit me up for anything. I'm always here. I'm always chatting. I'm always talking. Yeah. Listen, don't fret. Don't sweat. Napoli are still in first place. There's still so much to be happy about this team. I get we're very reactionary, But at the end of the year, when we see Napoli have 30-something wins, a couple of draws, and a loss, hopefully only one loss would be nice. But yeah, man, don't sweat. Because just as easily as we could look back and say, this is where we lost the Scudetto, we have a shot this season, a real one, to say, remember when we worried about that game that really doesn't matter right now? Remember that? A lot to play for, guys. A lot to play for. And it's a lot of fun. And again, see you guys soon. Ciao, ciao for now. Forza Napoli sempre.